In today's video, we're going to discuss a property that's currently for sale, and we're going to run through the numbers, and this is a duplex in the Niagara region. So let's get into it. All right, so we're looking at 111 McAlpine Avenue South in the city of Welland. This is a property that's currently listed for sale. It was listed initially at $550, and they've since reduced it to $525. You can see here it's a two-story property with a basement and a detached double car garage. The property it has two hydro meters. So the hydro is already split for the two apartments. Nice back porch. The home is slightly dated, but it looks to be very well maintained. But in our analysis, we are going to be looking at a renovation budget to bring it up to, a rent ready, but slightly more updated quality. So this is actually the basement. So the basement has additional square footage that I'm not actually going to consider in this analysis. So after we go through the analysis, I'm going to give you a few upside potentials this property actually has. So I think we're now in the second floor. So the second floor has a 2-bedroom apartment. The main floor has a 1-bedroom apartment. Yeah, decent shape. And this is more of an aerial footage. So you can see the property is located quite a bit on the left side of the property, but you still have a full 60-foot frontage. And you can see it more clearly here where the garage is on one side, the property is on one side. There's quite a bit of space beside the property. So let's dig into the numbers first, and then I'm going to give you some of the options. So we're putting in here estimated purchase price of $500,000. Down payment 20%, land transfer tax, legal fees. We're going to put a $60,000 renovation budget. Now, this particular property, based on my team's knowledge of the property, we've already seen the property in person. The listing agent has disclosed there is some repairs that need to be done to the front porch, structural repairs to re-support it. And we're estimating about $60,000 to do renovations to the main floor, upper unit, flooring, paint, kitchen, not replacing it, but just updates, bathroom updates. So keeping it renovations to make it rent ready, not super high end. And your total investment is going to be about $180,000. We're then estimating you can refinance the property at $560,000, which is your purchase plus your renovations. You will likely be able to pull out more, but we're not going to assume that. We're just going to assume purchase plus renovations, get 80% of that. And this is how we run our numbers. So the upper unit, 2 bedrooms, once it's renovated, we think you can get 1650 plus hydro. We have had clients who've got as high as even 1800 inclusive, but we're just gonna be a bit conservative here. 1 bedroom main floor, 1500. We've already had another client who got the same rent in this area. And the garage, we're assuming you can rent it either to one of the tenants or separately for about $200 a month. So pretty good rental income potential here, $3,350. Here's the mortgage payment based on a 4.2% variable rate mortgage. So that's prime minus a half of the higher amount, the refinanced mortgage amount. Property taxes from the listing, insurance are estimate, utilities are estimate for just gas and water. So hydro is being paid by the tenants. This property comes with a $500 cash flow, which is pretty good. And if you look at the return on your $120,000 investment, assuming a 5% appreciation both in the value of the property and in the rental income over time, you will see that the appreciation makes up the bulk of the return. But combined with the mortgage paydown and cash flow, you're looking at a 5-year compounded return of 22% or $200,000 and a 10-year of 17% or close to $500,000. So I think this is a deal that makes sense. The numbers make sense. It's a good property. It's already a duplex. You're not converting it per se. Here's what other opportunities I think there are with this property. So you saw the basement was unfinished, and you have this detached garage. If you are in the business where you want to do renovations to add value, or especially add additional rental income, you will be able to add a third unit either in this basement or in the detached garage. So you can't really do both, but you can choose one or the other. The second thing you can potentially look into doing is severing this property down the middle. Now, it is a little bit tricky because it's a 60-foot frontage and the property does already take up a good chunk of that frontage. So if you see here, this is the boundary lines aren't accurate. You can see the fence is here and the line is here, but you can see already the house does take up a good chunk of the space. The way I think, again, you'd have to confirm this with the city and with a planning consultant, but my guess is if you can get the city to approve a 25-foot building lot, that's smaller than the allowed, but we have seen subdivisions of these type of properties. So if you can get a 25-foot lot, a laneway down the middle with parking in the back for the duplex, and for the property either a garage or again a laneway down the middle, we may be able to split a lot here. Now that would incredibly increase the return on your investment, but again, we're not calculating it here. This is just a simple buy and hold. So either adding an additional unit or splitting it down the middle are ways you can really add value to this purchase. So yeah, I hope you found that helpful. This is a deal that's currently for sale. For those of you who are on our hot deals list, we'll be sending out the numbers. If you are new to us, definitely get our free beginner's guide to investing in the Niagara region. Once you sign up for that free guide, you'll be able to sign up for our hot deals list. So every week when we find deals like this, we send it out first to our hot deals list. So if you're interested, definitely check it out. Until next time, all the best.